Oh, look who's here. Moose, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you, man. Hey, man. It's good to see you, dude. Appreciate you coming in. Right in the middle. We got one of my best friends on the face of the planet, and Moose, who actually, given the actions of these two men recently, I might prefer to change friends, and Moose might become my new best friend moving forward because he's actually trying to save TNA wrestling, whereas this other jerk has been doing some other things recently that I don't know how I feel about. Anything else you want to say about the game real quick?
No.
Okay, great. Thank you. Dynamite stuff. Thoughts to Bilal Kone.
Yes.
Please. That looked awful, and hopefully he gets better soon. All right. It is a Friday edition of Glenn Clark Radio. I got gifts. We'll talk about that. Joining us now in studio. I don't know. Normally, you know.
Oh, you wore my favorite shirt.
You know, I normally love you. You know that. But your actions of late, I don't know how I feel about any of them. I don't know how I feel about any of them at all.
I mean, I'm the best heel in the business, man.
Brother, what you did to KC last night, I don't know that I can forgive you for. I don't know.
It was definitely evil.
That
Definitely
I can
diabolical.
forgive you for those actions, you son of a bitch.
Which part? Was it the part where I said he was a substitute and he was always a backup? Was it the part where I said I was happy he tore his ACL?
Oh,
was it the
what
part,
a bad person you are.
Was it the part where I said that he never deserved to be there? Was it the part where I said, get off my stage before I throw you off my stage? Was it the part where I said he's a loser because all he does is lose? He's the reason we lost everything?
You feel good about yourself right now?
I was just wondering which part was it.
This guy, you know him, of course. He a Terp, and he has been part of our show Jobbing Out for a long time.
Yep.
He's actually co-hosted this show before.
That's a fact.
He is our friend AJ Francis, and he is back in studio with us. But unfortunately,
I have a friend.
The good news is you actually brought in somebody I like. Like, the good news is you brought in someone who's actually a decent human being and trying to save TNA wrestling currently. That's our friend Moose. Two guys that both had long NFL runs, and only one of them has ever had my butt in his face. However, that's true. That's a fact.
That's actually
that's
fact.
a fact.
Unfortunately,
that's a fact.
that's actually a fact.
Moose, it's great to see you, man. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. So I got a bunch of stuff that I want to cover because you and I haven't actually just sat down and had a conversation about all of this.
Okay.
This thing. I remember the first time I went over to my ex-girlfriend's house after we broke up, and I was like, this is kind of I want to be cool, but this is kind of weird. What has this been like for you? You go through the breakup, you're killing it in TNA.
Yeah. You're
doing very different things.
Oh yeah.
And then
real heel work, brother.
You show back up in Orlando, and there's the key card work. What has that been like for you over the course of the last few months?
For me, it's just validation. It's I mean, I've said it 1,000 times. There is no difference between First Class and Hit Row. The only difference is now I get to talk on the mic. And you look at that promo I did with KC last night, and you tell me why that guy doesn't get a microphone for 3 years in WWE. It just doesn't make any sense. So, I haven't changed anything. So I know the fact that I was brought back, and not only just brought back, but brought back in a capacity to help with the biggest star that they have in Trick Williams. And he's the greatest TNA champion of all time, way better than Moose. So you know what I'm saying? He's never lost the TNA championship. Moose has done that 3 different times. So, Trick and A is, the best version of TNA.
Okay, we're gonna fix that.
Hasn't lost it yet. Yeah.
He's not going to ever.
I don't think we're gonna fix that at Emergence. I think we're gonna fix that. I think that's the plan here, is to fix that moving forward. I guess I'll let Moose. Why don't you hop in there? Why don't we go ahead and respond? Is Trick Williams the greatest TNA champion of all time?
As good as Trick Williams is, whenever he loses the title, nobody's even going to remember.
Wow.
Wow.
I think I've edged my legacy in TNA, so it speaks for itself. I don't really have to put myself over much. My name is synonymous to those 3 letters TNA, just like the AJ Styles, like the Kurt Angles.
We were talking about, it's funny, we were talking about
this. It's crazy that you mentioned the second best AJ in TNA history before you mentioned the best AJ.
It's so funny you bring that up, Moose, because we were talking about the heart and soul. So a lot of people were talking about AEW and Hangman Page winning the belt and how he's the heart and soul of AEW, and we were having that conversation about the heart and soul of TNA, and no disrespect.
No, it's definitely Moose.
With no disrespect. We were talking about how once upon a time everybody would have said that was AJ Styles, right? But these days, the truth is the heart and soul of TNA wrestling is Moose.
That's a fact.
So as great as Trick is, and trust me, I have a lot of respect for Trick, and I do believe Trick is going to go down as WrestleMania main eventer. But as of right now, he's just another guy carrying the TNA title,
And you're planning on changing that.
I'm planning on changing.
You're planning on changing that.
I'll see if I got something to say about that.
How much fun has this been for you? Like the thing where we don't know where you guys are going to be week to week. The thing that we don't know that you're hopping up on NXT one week, or who's showing up at that. Somebody would say this is the Forbidden Door concept, right? Is it really like that?
Yeah.
We get the phone call a couple of days before we have to go.
So when I was going
to
to debut, and I could actually never told this story because I just haven't had a chance to, but when I was going to re-debut in NXT, like you mentioned, so what happened was we had a show in Toronto, and I was supposed to face Mike Santana on that show as a pay-per-view. And
it's a pretty big
you know what I'm saying. And I land in Toronto, and when I look at my phone, they say, plans change.
Get back on the plane.
Santana's gonna face KC. We're gonna push you in Santana's match to build the feud more. And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, and I don't text any of this, but in my mind, I'm like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Like, we had this big match, and obviously me and Santana eventually had the match,
right.
and it's one of the best matches in a very long time. But like we end up having it. But at that time, I'm like, this is dumb. Like, I can't believe that they're gonna push this match after the work we put in. This is stupid. Like, why is he facing KC? This is dumb. And I'm just like mad. And then I get to the facility, get to the arena, and Tommy's like, okay. He pulls me and Casey aside. He's like, okay, yeah, we pushed the match with you and Mike Santana because you guys are going to be stopping him from winning the TNA title at NXT. And I was like, that's actually better.
That's not bad, right?
That's actually better. Okay.
Bad
all right.
bit.
I messed up. All
right.
That's why you don't text when you're mad. You know what I'm saying? You keep those texts in, you keep those thoughts in, and you wait to see what it's going to be. You know?
At what age did you learn that, by the way? Because
35.
Right? That definitely took me a minute in my life. It might have cost me a few opportunities.
I learned it that day at TNA. Because I was about to tell Tommy and Hunter, Hunter who works for TNA, not Hunter Hirsch Hemsley, but Hunter and TNA. I was about to tell him and Tommy something about themselves when I pulled up into that arena.
God, man.
I was like, first of all,
let me tell you
who do you think you are pushing my pay-per-view match?
It worked out. Yeah. It worked out. It was dope. Moose, how much fun has this been for you? This sort of like unknown and all of it leaves so many options on the table for what you guys might be doing from week to week.
I mean, you talking about the relationship?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely fun. It's definitely different. Who thought in 2025 that WWE will be working with?
Dude, that scene the other night with all of you guys in the ring. Can we talk about also, like, AJ and I have openly talked about this every year, how many black performers are in that moment together?
Yeah.
And
they look cool.
That part of it did not get lost on me. Like, how dope that scene was.
Yeah.
To see all of you guys standing there together,
and on both sides of that feud.
I have a different take on that, like, because I didn't even notice that we were all black until the moment.
Really?
And I'm one of those guys that, like, let's not even talk about it. Let's just keep doing it and make it normal. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and that's my take on it. But I didn't even realize that. Oh wow, it's all 4 black dudes in the ring until after it was over and somebody mentioned it. I was like, that's awesome. And
looking amazed. Like and in this incredible
and
big
like all the biggest stars in their company right now are all like black guys and like, you know what I'm saying? And then it's me. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things that just keep making it. Let's just keep doing it, and we don't have to praise it and be like.
Then it won't. It won't even be noticeable at some point. At some point, you'll be like, "Right, this is just the way it works." Yeah.
It's like I'm one of those guys that I hate when people do something and be like, "Oh, I'm the first black champion," or it's like,
I didn't know you hated Swerve. I thought that was my gimmick.
I
thought that was my gimmick.
No, I don't hate Swerve at all. I'm actually good buddies with Swerve.
I know.
I don't like, and he's not the only one who's done it.
AJ's happy to do it for you. He's happy to do it for you.
I have nothing to do with whatever beef that they got going on. But it's just one of those things that I don't like when people say that, because it's like you're putting so much attention to it. You're making it a thing. Like, just don't talk about it, and let's just make it normal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was funny.
It looked amazing, though. It looked amazing.
Yeah, but next Tuesday you're gonna see me and the Avengers. That's what I call it. Myself, Trick, Oba, and Javon go against Dark State, and it's crazy because
it's hilarious because Trick is a heel, but he has beef with Dark State.
And we all bring something different to the table, like man. So it's gonna be definitely a good stellar match, and then next Friday I get to become a full-time.
Let's make it happen at Emergence.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena over at UMBC.
I feel like I'm the only one who can't say those words.
Yeah, oh, dude, no, everybody around here struggles with it too. It's a mouthful, I promise you.
Moose,
You're not
Moose,
the only
trust me, those are not the only words you can't say.
We'll add that to the
list. Is this still a big dude? You know, you and I, we go back a long time.
Yeah.
And I was there at the arena the night that you got drafted. Yeah. Like this thing where you get to come back here and have nights like this, like at Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena. Is it still register with you the same way? Do you still think about
man. I mean, to me, like I said, man, bro, I like get a chance to, everybody that knew me as a little kid growing up, watching wrestling, loving wrestling, now they get to see me as an adult and come back as a performer, and like to them it's just as surreal as it is to me. Like, and also like I don't take lightly the fact that Nana gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? If Nana's there, I'm gonna show out. Like,
who of course you always say is the blackest person you know, because she was literally born on Juneteenth.
Yep,
correct.
Juneteenth.
Right.
Juneteenth, and she lived through segregation. You know what I'm saying? The blackest lady I know is my grandmother. You know
we love Nana.
Love
Nana. This right, what you're doing now. I talked to I told you I talked to our buddy Ken Dixon recently. And Ken was like, look, man, me personally, I prefer working as a face, which is funny to me because I think about Ken all the time. Ken's a heel.
Ken's the worst.
Like, he's just a heel. But he said, I prefer working as a face, right? Like, you have been given a lot of leeway. You have been given the opportunity, or you've taken it, because I know you, and it's possible you weren't given that much leeway, and you just decided to take it anyway. What has it been like being able to tap into this, where you don't just get to be a heel, you get to be mega heel. You get to be as far
evil.
As yes.
It's great because anyone who knows me knows I'm actually a very nice person.
I don't know about that.
I'm a very nice
I remember
person.
a guy wandering in at 3 or 4 in the morning while I was trying to sleep,
and scaring you,
and turning on the lights in my room. And I don't know exactly how good of a guy you are.
Here's the thing: we all do mean things when we're drunk, okay? But
it's a straight shoot, by the way. We're staying in Bed-Stuy. We're staying in Brooklyn. And
was that SummerSlam or what was it?
Mania. The year that Mania was
that's
in
right,
New York.
New York, yeah.
And I pass out, and AJ decided he had more evening ahead of him.
I did, and I had a
AJ was like,
female companion.
Yeah, AJ was like, "You're going to bed at 1 in the morning? That ain't happening in my life. Like, I've got more evening ahead of me."
Thanks.
And so he went out, and I fall asleep, and the next thing I know, what the? I thought it was going down. Like, I thought this was the moment.
Yeah. And then like for me, bro, I love being the villain. I think it's my natural phase and form, mainly because I'm so big. So it's hard. Like, Moose is somebody that if I was a babyface and he was a heel, it could be believable that he could keep me down, and I would need sympathy from the crowd to like get them behind me. But
by the way, it's also crazy looking at Moose, like knowing he was an offensive lineman.
Yeah,
like it is still kind of wild,
like
looking at you these days and being like, dude, you were an O line.
Yeah, he was like 70 pounds heavier than he is right now. So it's like, but most of the time, the guys that I face are much smaller than me. So it just makes sense visually for the story that needs to be told for me to be a heel.
To overwhelm, to kick their ass. Yeah.
But I'm also very good on the mic, and your best heels can make people hate them by the things that they say.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Casey, how many times have you ever seen a breakup as brutal as me and Casey's was last night with no physical violence?
Right. Just handling it with
handling it with words.
Yep.
We kicked his crutches out, which was evil,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's no actual physical violence. And you leave like, I hate AJ.
Oh, I
love
you.
KC.
Hate you, bro.
And that's hard to do off just words, bro. It's really hard to do off just words. And it's so much. It would have been so much easier. I could have said, if I would have spoke for a minute less and just choke slammed Casey through a table, we would have got the same result.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Casey couldn't take that bump because he's legitimately injured. He legitimately had ACL surgery. So it was not a lot of people I've seen have been like, oh, is this a Seth Rollins thing? It's no. Casey is legitimately
and has been
tore his ACL
Yeah.
and has and was able to push through the Slammiversary match with that. Right? So that says a lot about him and his character. But we were able to get what we needed without any physical violence, and that's hard to do.
AJ Francis and Moose from TNA are in studio with us again next Friday and Saturday night at Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena, TNAWrestling.com.
Yep.
It's where you go to get your tickets to check these guys out. Moose, AJ brought up Slammiversary, right? Like, you've been with TNA for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
To be in that building, right, one of the biggest buildings, to have that crowd and that much electricity for that event. And it's not to take anything away from any of the other things that you've done or you've accomplished, but can you describe what that feeling was like for the company, for everything that you put in, to have an event like that, a moment like that, and a crowd like that for TNA?
Oh man, it was definitely something special because I've been in TNA where we thought having 500 people in an arena, or not even an arena, the ballroom that we was performing in was a big deal. And for us to have as the amount of people we had at UBS Arena, it was freaking awesome. And
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
The actual, I usually after each pay-per-view when I get to my hotel, I get a cold and I rewatch the pay-per-view, and I can honestly say that Slammiversary is probably the best pay-per-view we've had since I've been there from start to finish.
Yeah.
You're
welcome,
I'm waiting.
Moose.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
You're
I was
welcome,
waiting
Moose.
for it.
I'm happy that the roster put on a good show, and and I feel like that night we built a new star in Leon, so I'm happy to see where Leon's career goes from there. And the sky's the limit for him.
And obviously, I don't want to say too many nice things about him, but what Mike Santana's doing right now, it's nuts, man. Like, that guy is. It did not take long for him to everyone watching be like, "Oh, bro, that's a star." Like, that guy is a star.
Yeah, he betted on himself, and it's paying off for him.
No doubt about it, man.
Relatable content.
Let's talk about it, AJ. How are your balls?
They're great.
All right.
They're great. When you got,
I didn't know how to send that text appropriately.
when you got enough shaft to cover, you're good. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
You've explained it. You've explained to people that didn't understand why you took the bump. Did you find it? Can we show it to everybody at home?
Yes.
The jump. Yeah. For people that haven't seen it, you have
The
explained the
gnarliest
people.
bump ever.
Correct. Walk me through.
So what happens is, like I told you, KC is legitimately injured in this match, right? So the people in the back were telling the refs, who told Myron Reed, don't let KC take this bump. Don't let him take the bump. And so he grabbed KC by his foot, and then he was like, they don't want you to take the bump. They don't want you to take the bump. And am I allowed to cuss, Glenn?
Yes, you're allowed to cuss here, but
So-
but let's keep.
I'm just telling you. It's just
Tell
one
a story,
cuss word.
right, yeah.
It's just one cuss word. But it's what Casey said to Myron when Myron was like, they don't want you to take the bump. Casey looked down at Myron and said, just push the fucking ladder, bro. So while this conversation's happening, I'm deeply involved in this conversation because I'm on the ladder and I'm wondering, am I going to have to take this bump by myself? How is this going to change what we're doing in this moment? So I'm trying to live analyze what's happening. So then they actually just start pushing the ladder, but at this point I realized that my foot is too low and I needed to be up another rung. So I just I'm like, well, the option is I could trip on this rope and then land on my head.
Yeah, that doesn't seem good. Yeah,
or
not ideal.
Or I could just jump and hope for the best. So
option 2 became the play.
I jumped and hoped for the best, and because I landed directly between the ladder and shit, I literally actually landed on my feet and just rolled with it. But it looks so gnarly that when I hit it and then I rolled out of it, I was like waiting for the replay to play. I'm like watching the Jumbotron, and when I see me go through the Jumbotron and I see the video finally, I go, oh, everyone thinks I'm dead.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Meanwhile, KC is legitimately hurt.
Right.
Right, and nobody has asked him one time.
Right. Are you all right, dude? No.
Meanwhile, I'm perfectly fine, and everyone's like, are you okay? Oh, my God, I was so nervous for you. And I was the one that carried KC out of the arena.
That's wild, man. That is what doing that stuff, though.
Yeah.
You know, like we talked a lot about it. One of the things that we talked about when you were first making this transition was, for a big man, the things that you were going to be capable of doing.
Yeah.
Working ladder matches.
Yeah.
Getting to have those types of spots. At people that don't know, remind everybody your size.
I am 6'5", 330 pounds.
This is effing amazing.
Yeah. Especially like when you take into account that I did that moonsault off the ladder right beforehand.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
And people ask me, they're like, how many times did you practice that? I was like, I never practiced that.
Just did it.
Why would I ever take that bump more than once? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can do a backflip.
Right.
I know I was going to be high enough on the ladder that I was going to clear, so I wasn't worried about clearing. I was like, the funny thing is when we went over in rehearsals, we used the 8-foot ladder, but in the match, KC was the one to set up the ladder, and he said the only ladder that was in the ring was a 10-foot ladder. So I'm actively, like, in my mind gauging, am I high enough? Do I need to take another step up? Because this wasn't the ladder that I practiced on. So I'm actually calculating as I'm climbing this ladder.
Yeah, is this
like
right?
I don't know if this is right. And then I just was like,
we're
God
here.
protect
Right?
me.
Yeah, right.
I looked around, I saw that sea of people, and I was like, all right, here we go.
Your poor father's there.
My dad's there.
Like he's there.
My dad said that I am the craziest Francis in the family lineage.
Which is saying a lot.
It is.
It's saying a lot.
It is.
But he might be right about that.
He probably is.
He might be right about that.
Moose, would you do a moonsault off a ladder?
I probably have at some point in my career.
I know you do moonsaults.
I don't know.
You've done the cross body moonsault, which is the craziest one to me because I'm afraid I'll break my wrist doing that.
I've been wrestling so long.
But what was the path? Because we've never actually just talked about that with you, right? Like, did you know? AJ knew he wanted to wrestle, right? Like AJ,
similar path.
Okay.
I knew when I was.
So for people that don't know, like Moose played football at the Matha, Syracuse, in the NFL for a few years.
He was actually in the NFL longer than me.
Did you have the thought that like AJ was always, when this is done, I know exactly what I'm doing?
Same as like
really.
Yeah, it's just. I say this NFL derailed my career.
Really?
Yeah. So it took me a route that I wasn't expecting. I didn't think I was going to play in the NFL for as long as I did. I even think NFL was an option. Like I knew I was going to college for free, and I knew after college I was going to
be a wrestler.
Call WWE and be like, yeah, I want to be a wrestler. I didn't even know how you got into wrestling.
He said he was going to call WWE.
Yeah, just make the phone call.
Hey, Vince.
Hey, Vince, I'm ready.
Where do I show up?
Yeah.
Right.
Who do I fight?
Yeah.
Who do I fight?
But I didn't know.
I guess when you're that size, that's the way that you have to think, right? Oh, you don't think I can be a wrestler?
No, seriously, I didn't know you had to go to school to learn how to be a wrestler, and I didn't even know there was such thing as the indies. And like, I thought it was just, I didn't know there was Ring of Honor. I mean, I knew TNA was a thing, but I thought it was WWE, ECW, which WWE bought, WCW, which WWE bought,
TNA.
And then TNA, and I didn't know Ring of Honor was a thing. I didn't know Dragon Gate USA was a thing. I didn't know New Japan was a thing. Like, I didn't know the Indies was a thing. I thought you just
showed up and
WWE.com and applied to be a wrestler. Hope for the
What?
best.
Cover letter.
That's
to which McMahon it may concern.
So
my name is Quinn.
But then I got drafted, and then what idiot would turn down? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, right.
The amount of money that you're gonna make.
AJ didn't even get drafted, and he wasn't turning it down.
Yeah, sure.
So it was one of those things where I'm happy where I am now. I'm living a dream.
But this really was always what you wanted. You always wanted to do this.
Yes.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's a really cool story. I did not know that was part of the deal.
I mean, I tell people the NFL has given me everything in life that I always wanted.
Bingo.
And pro wrestling's taken me everywhere I always wanted to go. So
I saw you tweet
That's a
out
cool way to think
like
about it.
yesterday that thing of like the top 50 cities in the country. And
Yes,
you're like, dude, I've
literally.
legitimately been to 49 of the big
Bro,
50.
there's an Instagram thing going on right now.
Yeah.
It says the top 50 cities in America. How many have you been to? And the only one I have not been to is Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And like, if there's gonna be one on the list, like that's probably the okay
That's
one on the list.
legitimately
You're
the
like,
only
yeah, I
one.
can live with that one being the
49
one.
other
and
cities.
pro wrestling's taking us to all these places for free.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Is like most of those I went to. Well, a lot of
You're
them I
getting
went to 'cause
paid,
of,
right.
Yeah, getting
Yeah.
football too. So football and wrestling took me to the vast majority of those.
That's
cities.
incredible, man. That's an incredible way to go about living
Yeah,
life, dude.
it
That's,
is.
that's a
It's pretty
dope.
sick.
I say this all the time. Like people ask me, like how real is AJ? And I'm like, this is what I'll tell you how real AJ is. AJ appreciates small things, right? Like we went to the one WrestleMania in New York,
Yep.
and there was some like barbecue pork in the suite that we were in, and it
Oh,
was fine.
yeah.
But like AJ was like so happy to have
Then I
been.
didn't have to leave.
Like this is like he's so and what I always tell people is like you never forget where you came from.
Nah, never.
You never forget how you had it,
Mm-hmm.
and that this is always better than that.
Yeah.
Like, you don't take it for granted in
Yeah,
that way.
I mean, from the life where my life started to where it is now, bro. If I complain, I'm a loser, bro.
Right.
Like I'm in such a good position in my life and everything that I've done and all the blessings I've been given, and like even in like, bro, I could have easily broke my legs on that jump and I could have busted my nuts. I could have done.
It could have been Rich kicking you out of first
Yeah,
class,
literally.
right?
I could have been done too. So like, I also recognize how lucky I've been because that could have went terrible. Obviously, I didn't do that. On
Dude, the
purpose.
thing with Rich is so cool. I
love
know
it.
you and I have talked a little bit about it, but like I remember us being back. What was the show that we were hanging out backstage at?
It was in Baltimore.
It was at the arena, and I had known Rich for a while at that point.
Yeah.
And so I just gravitated towards him. Like AJ was making the rounds, meeting
Yeah,
everybody,
you know me.
networking. I had no business being there. AJ just called me and was like, dude, you want to come hang out backstage at the show? I had been watching Tim Tebow play baseball that day in like Hagerstown.
Oh, my gosh.
And I got in a car and drove back because AJ was like, come hang out with us. We're hanging out backstage at a show. And so I just gravitated towards Rich because I knew Rich. Like, and I had known Rich for forever. And Rich literally said to me, like, you walked away, and Rich said, has your boy ever thought about wrestling?
That's hilarious.
Like, has your boy ever, like, I bet he could do this.
Was this a WWE show?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was at a WWE
Yeah,
show.
when he was in WWE.
And I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, he has.
Yeah, and it's
Like-
funny. We're called first class because me and Rich literally met on a plane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes. So before that, me and Rich was going somewhere in WWE. He was going on a flight somewhere, and I was going somewhere in the NFL, and we just happened to be sat next to each other.
For those that don't, Rich is from Baltimore.
Rich
For
is from
people that don't
Baltimore.
know that, Rich Swan is a Baltimore.
So he's in the middle seat, and I'm in the window seat on the last row of a flight. Okay, we're in the last row, me and Rich, and he's knocked out. And now, as a wrestler, I understand it because a lot of times when you take them 6 a.m. flights, you don't sleep.
Yeah.
And you just zonk out on the plane, right? But at the time, he's in the middle seat, and I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, yo. I'm like pushing him. I'm like legitimately pushing him where I have to literally lift his head with my hand. I'm like, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, oh, my bad, bro. Da-da-da. We go to the bathroom, and then once I get back from the bathroom, we end up talking for a little bit. And it was funny because he was going to do some wrestling stuff, and I was going to do some football stuff. And we were in the last row of the plane. So then when I came to
Now-
TNA, the whole gimmick was, I said, where do we meet? He said, in the back of the plane. I said, in the back of the plane.
And now,
And where do you sit
Yeah.
now? He's like, still in the back of the plane. I was like, exactly. You're still in the back of the plane, but not me.
I'm
I fly first
first
class.
class.
And ever since then, that's how first class was born. And,
awesome.
you know, obviously me and Rich only had a run for about 4.5 months before I had to, swap him out with KC. Me and KC had a hell of a run for the last 9 months. And, you know, next man up, KC got hurt. He don't deserve to be there. He's a bum. He's soft. He's weak. He deserved to have his ACL torn.
oh God!
So he deserved it. And, I'm glad that it happened. And now I get to be with my
But
real
that's-
tag team partner, Rich Swan.
That's really special to me that you're working with Rich again. That's really special to me because that connection means a lot, man.
It's great.
I know your body type has changed. And Moose's body type has clearly changed over the years.
Yes.
Are you still fat guy friendly?
Of
at
course.
All right.
Fat guy friendly.
Moose, are you fat
I created
guy?
a
Are
movement.
you at all fat
You don't
guy
even
friendly?
know this.
Yeah.
I created
yeah,
a
sometimes.
movement at the University of Maryland called
Yeah.
Fat Guy Friendly.
This is a straight bit. He was a fathlete. He was a fathlete
Fathlete.
during his career at the University of Maryland. Reed and I do this segment where we try new things.
Yep, I know. I'm aware. I was assuming you're gonna have a new Oreo flavor.
Well, unfortunately, the Reese's Oreos don't come out for a couple of weeks, so that's not happening yet. But we tried something yesterday that is the highest score you've ever given to anything.
Okay.
And what's the
So I'm gonna let you try it because it doesn't look the part,
It's a Reese's.
but just trust me, it is a Reese's Cinnabon. And when I tell you, it got the highest scores in the history of this segment. I don't know. You get forks at
Yeah, I
least.
need a
I asked
fork.
for forks when I ordered. I asked.
wow.
Yeah, right. I asked for it. If you don't want it, we're not going to be
I'm not going to
offended.
be able to eat the whole thing.
We're not going to be offended.
Just a
We're
bite.
not going to be
Just take a
offended.
bite. Just take a
yeah,
bite.
we can save the rest of it. I'm telling you,
It smells
the
incredible.
highest scores we've ever given
Oh my
out
God.
in
It
this
smells
history.
so
I'm
good.
getting Griffin's getting you a fork. In the meantime, one more plug.
Okay.
TNAWrestling.com.
Yep.
Next Friday and Saturday,
Yep.
Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena
Yep.
at UMBC. Friday night is Emergence. Moose is fighting to save TNA.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the belt back.
He's
from-
not going to, but that is what he's
Yes.
fighting
No,
for.
we're gonna make it happen. He's getting the belt back from Trick Williams.
He's not.
And then a taping of Impact on Saturday night as well.
Yep.
Both great nights.
Oh, man.
I still need you to swing by
Where's
the
Ross?
house somehow. I need you somehow to figure out
You
a
gotta
time to
pick me
swing
up.
by the house. We can make that happen.
When are you
somehow.
gonna do the pig roast?
It's Saturday. It's a real problem for me, dog. It's a real. I got it. Griffin's bringing in.
Ross,
He's
you
coming
Come
in.
on, you got to try this.
He's
You
he's
don't know
bringing
this.
it
Me
in.
and Ross have epic battle of Cinnabons.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ross, if you haven't tried the Reese's Cinnabon yet, I'm telling you, it's the most insane thing I've ever tried.
Here
It's
we go.
bonkers how good this thing
So
is.
the story with Cinnabon is we was in a media tour, I want to say in Texas, Dallas, and Ross got Cinnabon. It was me and Mickey doing the round, and Ross was like, "I'm Cinnabon. Do you guys want anything?" And we both was like, "No, we're good. We don't want them." So he orders a Cinnabon, and he doesn't take a bite out of it because me and Mickey kills it.
Oh, yeah.
What a terrible person.
That, by the way, sounds like something that AJ would do for what it's worth.
Moose is, but I'm the heel.
It sounds
I'm
like
the
something that AJ would do.
He just leaves the outside, the part.
Oh, what a weirdo. What a
I took the
weirdo.
best part.
Oh, who does that?
That
Leaves
is-
the
you see what I'm
outside of the
cutting, right?
Cinnabon.
You see what
They're
I'm
not spending
cutting?
any money with us, so you
Here
can
we
be
go.
honest.
All right, here
we don't
go.
have to, but
Cinnabon.
I'm telling you the
What is it? The
Reese's
peanut butter.
Cinnabon.
All right, Reese's Cinnabon.
Yeah.
Here we go. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. Wow.
Yeah. Right? Right? I swear to God, the highest scores we've ever given anything.
10 out of 10, no
It's
notes.
unbelievable. It's
God, this is
unbelievable.
good.
Yeah. It's unbelievable how good this thing is.
I was afraid. I was like, Reese's is going to work?
Yeah, right? Bro, it's unbelievable.
Bro, this is great.
how good that
And
thing
And it's
is.
not even hot. If it was hot,
Yeah,
it would
yeah. We had the
want
guy.
any?
The guy was wandering around for 30 minutes trying to find.
Oh my God, this is good.
Right,
Bro.
Right? It's nuts. It's nuts how good that is.
That's exactly what I needed.
At AJ Francis 410. That's how you find him. It's the Moose Nation, or remind me,
Instagram is Moose Nation 69.
Moose Nation 69. Give him a follow there. TNAWrestling.com. Get your tickets. For
And it's
next
funny,
weekend.
we both wore 69 in our careers.
That is true. That is a good point. Love you. Great to see you, Moose. I love you more now because AJ's a dick. So you're my guy moving forward. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with
Appreciate
us
you,
today,
brother.
bro.
Thanks for having us, man.
Appreciate you.